I look like Tuck from Tuck Everlasting, like the movie. This is, I swear, it's like the exact shirt he wears. It's cracking me up. Like, I was going for cottagecore and this is what we got. So today we are thrifting cottagecore. Well, actually, I mean, I'm not buying anything. I'm taking you with me to go thrifting. Pretty much the point of this video is just like my Dark Academia thrift video, is just to kind of show you what I actually find real time when I go looking for things within a certain aesthetic. Because most of the time you see like thrift hauls, right? But you're not with them when they're shopping, and who knows how many trips they went on and how many places they went to. How many trips they went on? How many trips? Did that even make sense? I don't know. Yeah. So today we're going to Goodwill. You guys said you wanted me to go to a more regular thrift store as opposed to a antique mall. Totally get that, because antique malls can be more pricey and like everyone has a Goodwill or something like it, right? So that's where we're going today. If you don't know what cottagecore is an aesthetic that celebrates simple living, particularly in the countryside. It encourages a lifestyle that's rooted in traditional skills such as baking bread, gardening, and sewing your own clothes, and really just being self-sufficient. Its design characteristics include vintage and handcrafted items such as clothing, candles, furniture, and needlework. I also did an entire video dedicated to Cottagecore Decor, so if you want to check that out, I will put it above. But now that you know what this aesthetic is about, let's go thrifting. I feel like thrifting cottagecore is really easy, so the fact that we're going to this Goodwill specifically and doing it is going to show you how easy it really is, because this Goodwill never has any decor, like very little decor. I don't know what I'm going to be able to find, but I do know I'm going to be able to find a lot, because it's those types of items that are easy to find. Okay, let's go. Let's go do it. Let's go. The first section I wanted to hit was where the baskets were. I don't really know what this section is called, but you can't miss it because it's the only place that has baskets. So what I looked for here was wicker baskets, rattan baskets, and these baskets are always good for maybe holding fruit in your kitchen, or for an open storage solution if you want it to look more aesthetic, or even just having a cute bag like this for on the go. And you can also hang it at your front door when you come home, and it fits in with the theme. Next, I looked for some pots, which were very easy to find. Because cottagecore surrounds a love for nature, you can't forget about these. Also, these cute tin ones, if you didn't like the color, you could easily spray paint them and they are still usable. I also found this floating shelf, which would be perfect for cottagecore, and these normally are pretty pricey, so that's a really good find. Now it is time to move on into the kitchen section, which has an array of items from glassware to tableware to pots and pans, and many of these items can be used in a cottagecore home. Some easy finds I will always find at a thrift store are mason jars. Look how cute this is for lemonade, or just even a mason jar cup, or even one just for storage. I love them and they match perfectly with this aesthetic. I also found little bottles like this, which might be good for olive oil or salt and pepper. And I really liked these glasses, even though they are a bit fancy, because they had some floral etching on the outside of it. This type of design, which is reminiscent of toile, is perfect for cottagecore. And look at this one with the fruit design and the little cutouts on the plate, so cute. So I really looked for anything that had some sort of floral design to go with the florals that are within cottagecore. And even a simple white plate like this, you still see, you know, fruit and foliage mixed in there. There were so many good kitchen pieces in this section. Oh my gosh, like these plates are just gorgeous, and they weren't that expensive. I mean, more expensive than other states, that's for sure, but you know, definitely worth it if you are looking to upgrade to something that is vintage and looks way nicer than just generic plates. I really liked this one as well. This felt very cottagey to me for some reason. It looked handmade. And I really liked the braided plate. It reminded me of a wicker basket, and I liked the designs on these mugs too. And I also liked this floral one as well. But there were so many other items that I found. This is a cookie jar. Come on, so cute. Now, these little containers that are within the kitchen section would be perfect for salt and pepper. It looks like something that is handmade. It looks like something that would be on a cottage. Like, I couldn't think of a better item to have in a cottagecore kitchen than these right here. And something that goes really well with this is this picture. I don't know why, but this sort of material, the way it's made, it looks handmade. And in my head, that works really well with cottagecore. Obviously, there are some other items I found like this cute teapot. It's a little more light academia, but because it has those florals, it still works, I think. And even if it doesn't look handmade, it still looks cute. It still looks cute. I also found some really cute little containers for holding sugar and milk that I thought would still work with a pop of color, and this one was my absolute favorite. I also found a lot of storage containers that would be good for holding flour, pasta, sugar, all those different things. I also found this baking dish with some floral designs. I also found a lot of smaller containers for holding things like milk or cream or butter. You know, you get the point. Whatever, maybe gravy goes in there, not too sure. But all of these items, you can see a similarity between them with the floral designs. Maybe it's white, maybe it looks handmade. Yeah, they all have similarities and it works within the cottagecore aesthetic. I also found this platter with these nice twig handles. I thought that was really cute, but my all-time favorite of all of the fruit bowls I found was this braided one right here. Now we are moving on into the decor items. So there was a lot of different things in the decor section. Starting up first, I found a picnic basket. I really wanted it. It was beautiful. It came with plates, knives, forks, and even a blanket. I mean, come on. I don't have the room for it, but I really hope someone snags this because it was in perfect condition. I also found this magazine rack, which would be really cute next to a couch, and I don't really like the stain, but you know, it could be painted. I also found these. I don't know why, but I just thought they felt cottagecore to me. And I thought these containers would be really cute for holding toothbrushes. And this would be really cute for holding a candle. And I also found these rooster coasters that look hand painted, and I thought they were very unique. And of course, you can't forget about the random trinkets. Some people like them, some people don't. I thought these were cute. I mean, who wouldn't want a kitty in a basket? I also found this cute container. It's so weird, but like a lot of these items I'm finding would work really well with light academia too. And you cannot forget about fake flowers, which I personally like, but to each their own, you know. Next, I found a gold watering can and a lot of candles. And remember, even if there's a label you don't like, you can just turn it around or rip it off. I also found a tiered tea tray. It did not have the plates in it, but I wanted to just show this to you because this is not a color I would normally go for within this aesthetic, just because it feels a little too dark for me. But remember, you can always buy something and change the color. Like for instance, this candelabra along with this wine rack. Something else you could just spray paint if you don't like the dark color. Now we are moving on into vases, and this isn't a huge selection of items that I found, but there are quite a few, and I thought that these would be really good just for holding flowers, and I suppose I touched up on that in the beginning when I went through the pots, but this is slightly different, and I mean, come on, there's just so many good options here. Now we are moving on into the pots and pans section. I was specifically looking for copper pots and pans, which I did not find, but something I did find was this tea kettle for the stove. Such a steal. Now we are moving on into furniture and fabrics. First up, I found this gingham table cover, which is plastic, but whatever, nonetheless, still cute and fitting. I also found lots of burlap, which is great for drapes or as a table cover or as table mats. You just got to do a little bit of DIYing, but it works really well. This adorable table set, which is so cottagecore. Can't get any more cottagecore than this. This coffee table, which I was obsessed with. It looked used and worn in, and I even loved the color with all the stains, but you could always sand it down to get it back to its natural wood tone and leave it be. I also found wood chairs along with a wood side table, and I really liked this because it was like this thick wood with a shaved edge. I thought it looked really nice, and it definitely looked vintage. Now we are moving on into lighting. So I don't have too many lighting options, but there was something specific that I really wanted to share with you, and that was this lampshade, which was DIY'd for sure, but I thought this was a really cute idea, and it looks really unique and works well within cottagecore, or if you just want a pop of color in your home. I also found this braided lampshade, which works really well too. Along with this lamp base that had floral details, and it just looks like one of those vintage lights. Now let's find some artwork. Lots of options here, but the main piece I found that was huge was this big piece just made of aged wood. Pretty unique. I also found this mirror, which is perfect. Oh my gosh. This could go French country, or it could go farmhouse, or it could go cottagecore. Love it. This 100% cottagecore. I mean, you can't get any more sweeter than that. Along with this. This is perfect. This is just perfect. Generic picture frames, which are quite easy to find. So, you know, the other ones that I found that I showed prior to these were a little more important to me. Now we are going to move on into the clothing section, but just one area in particular, and that is the hat section. The reason I wanted to come here was just to see if they had some sort of sun hat that would look cute hanging on a wall. Yes, things you wear can be used as decor. In this section, I also looked at the luggage, and I found this beautiful bag that could be used for storage or even as like a picnic basket. So that is all of my finds that I found at the thrift store that I felt fit the cottagecore aesthetic. After going, I'd say that this was a very easy aesthetic to thrift. There were so many different things that I found that would have been perfect in a cottagecore home, or if I was trying to achieve that. So I don't think you're gonna have a problem finding anything if you go to a thrift store. I think you're gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be super easy. The best thing about thrifting things is even if you find an item that is what you want and it's not in the color you want, you can paint it. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me find some items in cottagecore for you. And let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one.